Gentlemen.
Hello and welcome back to the Generals Gentlemen. I am Ownz Machine and today I'm solo casting Command & Conquer 3 Kane's Wrath once again. So today I've got a match between Micro as our Reaper 17 against Eclipse as the Nod playing on Tournament Rift. However, I would be rather concerned if you didn't know what this map is, because it's pretty much one of the only maps people actually play CNC3 on. So we do have both of these players going for their Tiberium Spike capture. Not a surprise to see at all because of how close this Tiberium Spike is. It's pretty much a free spike. However, we are actually seeing Micro going for two simulators, probably going to capture this old Tiberium Spike down here, no doubt. As there's going to be an engagement here, Militant Squad versus two Buzzer Swarms. We'll definitely go to the Buzzers unless they actually move past them, but no. Buzzer Swarms got the kill, and so this looks like a free Tiberium Spike to me. No more militants nearby to contest that. So just bear with me because I am a Command & Conquer Generals caster, so I'm going to have a habit and tendency to call things their wrong in name, whether it be their Generals equivalent or whether it be just the wrong thing. I think last game I spent the entire game referring to Mechapeds as Mechapods. It made me facepalm pretty hard when watching my own cast, but that's okay because we do actually have a pretty fast buggy and a couple of bikes coming out here from Eclipse, but it looks like this Buzzer Swarm may actually scout those bikes, so that would be a bit of a big deal here because now Micro knows to expect these fast bikes. But then keep in mind, Reaper 17 does have the shielded harvesters, so they are a little bit more durable than just the regular Scrin harvesters. So we might see a portal throw down a couple of disintegrators, I think they're called, if not Seekers as well. So Seekers are going to be okay against bikes. They're not ideal, but still, they're fast enough to catch up, and they're stronger enough to actually compete with them. A Shard Walker as well is going to be another good item to have against those bikes, but it looks like they're actually moving out. You really want to make sure those Seekers are nearby the harvesters. The bikes are moving in. Will they actually connect on the harvesters? Probably not. So nice preemptive defenses here from a Micro, but that power plant is going to get a fair bit of harassment done by these bikes. They're so fast, they can really fly around and go for wherever they want. So pretty nice control here from Eclipse, but he won't even lose one of these bikes perhaps. This Seeker tank should force off the retreat, I would assume. You don't want to lose these bikes. Don't want to get a little bit greedy because he has spent a fair bit. Actually, he may even kill one of his harvesters though. That's good positioning there. One more volley I think should be enough to take this harvester down. But the Seekers are moving in. Will they actually kill the bike? No, there it goes. The Foundry getting a little bit too late, not blocking off. Interesting though, seeing a Foundry. Not something we see very often. For those of you who don't know, it gives you like a second production queue. So you can build like two buildings at once. That sort of thing. So it looks as though there's 4 harvesters for Eclipse and or 4 as well for Micro, but he'd actually lose to one of the harvesters. So pretty even so far. Nothing dramatic. Of course, one Tiberium Spike. Two Tiberium Spikes for Micro. So in that sense, he's ahead. That's one of a plus there. Double factory though actually from Eclipse. It looks like he's going to go for some very crazy, very aggressive bike spam here. And that's going to be pretty cool against Scrin because Seekers aren't really the best against bikes. So we'll have to see if these bikes will be able to bring on the pain into Micro. They probably can now because a pretty fast expansion here from Micro. But then again, he does have a portal as well. And those disintegrators, excuse me, they're going to be fantastic against these bikes because they have a lot of speed, damage, and the Tiberium immunity, so they can kind of like camp the Tiberium fields. They're disintegrators, I hope so. Disintegrators, yes, cool, I was correct. So there are also some other bikes moving out on the top field here. But there are disintegrators, Seekers rather, at the top. So I don't know how successful this bike harassment will be. And if it's not, it will put me in behind a fair bit because Eclipse is pretty late in his expansion. There will be a bit of engagement between these bikes, but the buggy is actually taking the shots here from these Seekers. And there goes 2 of them for free, not even losing the buggy. Yeah, so that's nice control here, but rather poor targeting from Micro. Not going for the bikes, so there goes one of them. Maybe even the second as well. So he's actually going to Micro on his bike. So there goes one harvester during this. The Seekers are actually moving away. The Seekers aren't defending these harvesters. He's going to lose more of these. The bikes probably get taken out. But if they're taken out in exchange for his harvesters, it's definitely worth it. Another Seeker tank will try and take down his bikes. But there goes the second shielded harvester here for Micro. So nice control here with the bikes, microing them 2 separate engagements, and also another bike army. So this is some really crazy bike production here from Eclipse, but now he's transitioning into Scorpions to better deal with the Seekers. So a pretty big bike army here. But a lot of Seekers are on the field, so they probably won't be very effective, but they can do a fair bit of poke and maybe take down some of the Seekers, if not the power. And now there is another refinery down here to get some harvesters for that extra income. And also they may get cornered here. The Disintegrators are moving in, but not in time, not boxing off those bikes. And actually, yeah, these harvesters are going pretty strong down here. 2 refineries, 3 harvesters. So I think, despite losing several harvesters, I think Micro should have the income to actually to stay in this game. But then again, what is a third? I didn't even realize that he has a forward drone platform as well as oh no, he moved it. Yeah, so he has 3 Tiberium fields simultaneously mining, whereas we only have 2 here. This is a very aggressive expansion. One of those harvesters go down to these bikes, where normally you see the players trying to expand 1 field at a time, but we're actually seeing Micro go for double expansion. This is a very ballsy move here. A lot of Scorpions are moving in to engage these Seekers, but with the help of the Disintegrators, they should be fine. But then again, the Scorpions are just so much better than the Seekers in an actual engagement. So I would like to see some Devourer tanks, if not maybe some fast Annihilator tripods. But another portal though will give him more Disintegrator production, and that should be the saving grace here. The Disintegrators are just fantastic against Scorpion tanks. They're just reinforcing. The Disintegrators are going to mop up these Scorpions and force their retreat. Not really doing a lot against that many. So this is a pretty crazy production. There's just so many Seekers, so many Disintegrators from, you know, the 3 refinery production, but also these bikes are moving in. They did kill, I think, yeah, a couple of harvesters. Now moving into this northern field. That is the problem though, is when you go for that many bases so soon, it can stretch you very thin and be hard to defend all your bases to the fast attack bikes. So it looks like several of these harvesters will get taken out, and at the very least they will prevent them mining. But pretty big push here with these Seekers and the Disintegrators. The Scorpions though will reinforce the front line. The Shred turrets will be pretty effective against these Disintegrators, especially combined with those attack buggies, Raider buggies rather. So this bike harassment is crazy. This is just non-stop bike harassment, and it's so important because otherwise the 3 base production of Micro would just steamroll the army of Eclipse. But now a tech lab is on the field, so looks like Eclipse should be pretty ahead in terms of tech. Maybe get some avatars, and I think basically this base is being denied any operation. There goes another harvester, but losing most of those bikes in a pretty heroic sacrifice. But yeah, a lot of buggies, a lot of Scorpion tanks, but then again, at the same time, a lot of Disintegrators. Would be a good idea going for those laser capacitators to give the buggies the extra firepower against Disintegrators, but then again, they still are very effective. They're moving in, Scorpions are crushing, but not very effective because of the suicide damage that Disintegrators actually do when they are crushed. So the Disintegrators are rather out of position here. No Seekers for support. So I think actually Micro is not looking very good here. He's getting himself spread very thin, and Disintegrators by themselves aren't very effective against laser capacitors buggies. They have a lot of damage. And we still see no tech lab here from Micro, but we are seeing one here from Eclipse. So they're moving in now with the Dozer Blades as well, giving it a little bit extra health. And so forcing the retreat. There's just so many damn Disintegrators. But now here come laser capacitors, and they should do extra damage now. They should shred through the Disintegrators. Even a flame tanks as well, going to be the ideal units against Disintegrators, and they get bursted down now very, very fast. These Shard Walkers and Seekers tanks will be no match for these laser capacitators Scorpion tanks. So this is a pretty nice push here from Eclipse. The flame tanks can burst down these refineries. Even the Seeker tanks aren't very good against flame tanks. When they get taken out, it's very important to focus them down first. The Scorpion tanks up the front lines are going to take out some of the harvesters as well. The flame tanks were taken down, but the damage has already been done. These Scorpion tanks are just so powerful with that upgrade against the Seeker tanks and the buggies for support. There was a photon cannon, not very effective though. You definitely want the Storm Column for the area of effect damage. I'm surprised we aren't seeing any avatars or the Redeemer just yet. But now it looks like he's actually flanking the Disintegrator army and going for the main base here. Going for the power would be a good move to lower the production and forcing the rebuilds. But still, near these barracks will be hard to engage because of the Disintegrators are still always very cost effective. Buggy's not going to be very good at harassing, the Scorpions will be, so I really do like this aggression here from Eclipse, and also meanwhile he is going for the blue Tiberium fields. That's going to fill his production pretty crazy, but still, I mean, this Tiberium spike here from Micro has been going pretty strong the entire time, so that's going to be making a pretty big difference. But these Scorpion tanks will get shut down by the disintegrators with the help of the Seeker tanks. So there goes the army, but definitely that was a very successful push. He did kill a lot of harvesters, a lot of the base, but then again, he has exhausted his green Tiberium, only now having the blue Tiberium, whereas we have, you know, between the three fields, there's more late game income. But then again, these stealth tanks are going to be the ideal unit for harassing down these harvesters, but the Seekers and the photon cannons can take them down with stealth detection on both of them. Only losing one though, nice Micro there, but stealth tanks are amazing. They're so good at harassing, but this disintegrator Scorpion Seeker tank army is actually quite scary here. I mean, there's just so much of it because of, you know, the three field base. This extractor has no harvesters though, so no production there. I think we're going to see some advertising. A commando would be fantastic at just mowing down all of those disintegrators. The Redeemer Bay is producing one now. Will it actually finish in time? Obelisk of Light will probably hold the line against these Seeker tanks. One-shotting them is very powerful, but not really against the disintegrators. The stealth tanks are still still alive, and it looks as though he's actually marching into the base here. Will this Redeemer finish? Will it get taken out? The Shredder turrets are very good against the disintegrators, and now barracks as well, probably for some RPGs. Maybe Black Hand would be good against the disintegrators. Commando as well would be ideal. But it looks like it will finish. There comes the Redeemer just in time. Black Hand scores to garrison the Redeemer, I am sure. And that will maybe be the saving grace here, because that army is quite scary. And in the front lines, also engineered to probably to repair that, or maybe even repair the construction yard raid generator. Will make a lot of friendly fire happen. Also, a forward portal here from Micro, and with a forward refinery, they're both mining simultaneously, but the Redeemer should be able to muscle its way through and take down the base, especially with the Black Hand garrison, as more Scorpions are rolling in here for Eclipse. But meanwhile, this green Tiberium field is mining strong, and so are the other two. So this is either man's game here, but I think this Redeemer should be a very powerful unit and very hard for Micro to deal with. He doesn't really have any EMPs. He needs to get those Annihilator tripods, as we are seeing some more stealth tanks get taken out, trying to harass down the harvesters. Yes, this Redeemer is going to just destroy the base here with the flamethrower. It's so damn powerful. Not a lot of income though. That's the only concern. This blue Tiberium field is just going to be so crucial, as we are seeing these harvesters getting taken out, and this Redeemer is just marching forwards into the base unopposed here. There really isn't a lot that Micro can do. The Seeker tanks just aren't good against the main cannon. The disintegrators just aren't good against the Black Hand flamethrower, and now the stealth as well has been activated, so that Redeemer's going to be invisible when it's not firing. I don't really think Micro can deal with this. He really needs to get some EMPs or even like Storm Riders or something like that. He's going to maybe lose the drone chip, which definitely would not be good. He can lift it off though, so that will not get taken out. Was that a Tiberium vein detonation? I think so. Yeah, here we go. Tiberium chemical plant. Redeemer's just walking away. It's invisible, so we're going to need to see some Seeker tanks to actually reveal that. But even then, I don't think he can really deal with it. More stealth tanks, though, in the back lines are taking down the harvesters and even the important tech buildings. So very nice control and multitasking from Eclipse, really bringing on the pain, spreading thin the army of Micro. It's actually being revealed that will it get taken out? Probably not. Actually, no, maybe. There's just so many disintegrators, but it can't get taken out in a single volley of his Black Hand. He's marching the wrong way, isn't returning the fight. He may lose the Redeemer to some Miss Micro here. The Shard Walkers and Devourer tanks handheld. Is that a Tiberium main detonation, I think. I'm not sure what it's called, to be honest, but that will take down a lot of the army here of Micro. The Redeemer's getting pretty low, but this is going pretty well here for Eclipse, having the middle Tiberium, but still not having the Tiberium spike and keeping Micro his. I would like to see those Tiberium spikes be captured, and also likewise, this Tiberium spike could be harassed with some bikes or stealth tanks. And these stealth tanks should take down the Tiberium spike. The harvesters are more important. They definitely are more vulnerable and a bit more important to take down. The Redeemer, though, should prevent the Seeker tank from taking out its power. And so, look, I think this Redeemer's going to win the game. I think there's just no way that Micro can take that out. But then again, the funds are running really low here. There isn't going to be a lot of income for either player in this game. and that could make this engagement quite interesting, where unit preservation is so important. They do actually have a lot of money though, 5,000 here for Micro, and Eclipse having 6,500, so they have a lot of money in the bank. But what are they going to do with it? I'm not really sure. We'll have to see. I think maybe Storm Riders would be a good idea, but then again, the stealth tanks from Eclipse are pretty much going to shut down those Storm Riders. So maybe not a good idea. I'm not the expert, but EMPs and all our tripods are usually the best way of dealing with the Redeemers. They've actually got Vet 1 now, and the Engineer Garrison will actually slowly regenerate the health on that. And that Redeemer is just going to be so hard to deal with. This is so it's expensive, but it can be very effective in those small engagements where you really need either a huge army or to lock it down with EMPs. So meanwhile, these stealth tanks are just going unopposed with harassment in the back lines here, taking down a lot of these buildings. Vet 2 and Vet 1, or rather I should say Veteran and Elite, is the CNC term. I'm used to casting Company of Heroes, where we don't have those cool terms. We just call them Vet 1, Vet 2. So yeah, these stealth tanks, when they get vet, they get pretty scary. And so look, Micro is losing most of his base here. I think this Redeemer should win the game right here and now. I mean, there isn't really much Micro can do, despite having $11,000 in the bank. What? What are you doing? You have $11,000. But he's not doing anything with it. I think he must have given up. He must have been chatting, because he's obviously not trying with $11,000 in the bank. Look, that's a lot. You can do a lot with $11,000, but he mustn't be trying, seeing it as hopeless, seeing it as futile, and I think we will see the GG shortly as a result of the ownage from the Redeemer, from the blue Tiberium income. What else is there to say? Even the stealth tanks are fully heroic. Stealth tank as well. That's going to be a bit of a beast. I don't know if it might even one-shot harvesters. I'd like to see that. Yeah, it might do. And that'll definitely bring the pain. There goes the GG from Micro Ownz. So that was a very unusual game. It was such an aggressive and ballsy, well, not really opener, but like strategy from Micro Ownz, where he went for the triple expand. He went for a foundry, and then he quickly expanded his drone platform south, and then he must have been building from his foundry, whilst then also moving his drone platform back into the center to get the 3 Tiberium fields mining at all times. And normally you think it would work, but the constant harassment, the constant action from Eclipse with not only his bikes, but then also Scorpions, and then also even stealth tanks, they really just shut down the income and prevented the insane income from Micro Ownz. Otherwise would have scaled him out of control had he gone for just a bit more standard playstyle, maybe more Scorpions. The double factory bike spam was the perfect counter to that sort of playstyle. So very nice play here from Eclipse, but ballsy strategy here from Micro Ownz. So I hope you've enjoyed my CNC3 cast. I'd like to think I got a bit better since I first started casting CNC3. If you did like, be sure to subscribe to my channel. I normally do generals, but that's okay because CNC3 is awesome. They're pretty similar in terms of what makes them great. And also, I will be casting Command & Conquer Generals 2 as soon as I can. So be sure to follow for that sort of content in the future. So until next time, I am Ownz Machine of the Generals, gentlemen. Good night.